you're in, all those big fish pretty much use the same thing, and they relate to the same type of variables that cause them to bite. Number one is you've got to fish where they're at on the lake where big fish live. And big fish, they want two things for the most part. They want to have a diversity of cover, and they want to have some deep water close by. Those two combinations are premium areas for big bass. If you have an area that doesn't have much cover in it or doesn't have a diversity of cover, there's not going to be very many big bass around there. And also, if you have an area that may have a lot of cover in it, but it's nowhere near deep water, or there's not a creek channel nearby or a river channel, any big fish that you catch is going to be an exception to the rule. Now, I'm not saying that you can't catch a rogue big fish anywhere, because at any given time, you might pull up at the right place at the right time and catch one. But I'm talking about consistently catching big fish year after year after year. Those are the type of areas you need to put yourself in. So if you're out targeting big fish and you want to catch a big one specifically, choose your areas with those two things in mind. The more cover that you have, the thicker the cover, the more diverse the cover is, and the closer the deep water is, the better odds for you to catch a big one. So let's say, for example, you're fishing down a shoreline and it's got docks, maybe a little lily pad field, a lay down tree here and there, maybe some riprap bank close by, and then you've got a river channel or a creek channel, a stone's throw away from where you're fishing. That's a perfect place for a big one to live at all year long. So that's another thing you really got to put into consideration. The next thing with that is you're going to catch more big fish at certain times of the year than others. There's two primary times of the year that you're going to your odds are going to increase tremendously as far as catching a big fish. Number one is in the pre-spawn when the water temperature's in the 50s. That's when most of the big fish are caught all over the country. That's where because there's more big ones up shallower in less than 10 foot during that pre-spawn period than any other time of the year, and they're usually biting. And the other period is in the late post-spawn and early summer when those fish move out to like ledges and offshore humps and drop-offs. Those are the two times a year that your odds of catching big ones are, far above anything else. Any other time of the year, guys, if you catch a big one, it's sort of an exception to the rule. So if you want to really increase your odds of catching a big one, number one, go to those areas I talked about, diverse cover, access to deep water, and go there in March or early June. Those are the two best big bass months. Okay, the next thing with that is you've got to throw baits that produce big fish. Now, I've seen 7